All right, we have received our Rhinox ripper tooth over here laying on the ground. And I am going to take the bucket off of this excavator and try to install the ripper tooth. Now, I have not ever taken this bucket off of here because we haven't had any other attachments, so I'm thinking that it ought to be straightforward. I'm undoing this pin. There's a pin going right through here, and I think that when I get that pin off, that I will be able to get the there's a washer right here. Washer seems to be stuck. All right, we're not going to bore you with the details of how we get a nut out of a, so we're going to have to get a pair of pliers or something like that. Maybe this wrench right here will help. I don't know if that, oh, that's actually part of the nut right there. That's not a washer. This is a lock nut kind of a thing. So I think we'll just now this imagine this thing has been in the dirt a good bit, so it may be hard to get off. We'll see. We'll see. It's turning. It's not turning good though. Get a good close look at this, Daddy. That nut right there's got a flange on it. It's a kind of a lock nut. Okay, like I said, we're not going to bore you showing us how to get that off, so we'll just pause. Who is that? We'll pause until we get this off. Okay, there was nothing to it. Actually, I just did it by hand. It came right off. And came out. Now this is the pin. The pin is not going to have to knock it out or anything. It's just going to come out. I'm going to make sure the bucket doesn't fall on us or something like that. There's the pin. It's a pretty sturdy pin. We'll get it all put back together so we don't lose any of the hardware. Like I said, I've never taken the bucket off. Now, I'm surprised that the threads didn't get messed up on this. I'm surprised the threads didn't get messed up. Now there's a washer down here, and I honestly can't remember which side that goes on. I didn't pay attention as usual. But we'll figure that out when we put the pin back on. All right. Now this Rhinox ripper tooth is supposed to be custom made to fit the Kubota setup here. So I'm going to get up there and crank up the machine and try to move this around until the bucket comes loose. And I don't know how to set the bucket. Stands to reason it needs to be sitting flat somehow. But I don't see how it could be any easier than that. So we're going to try to put this. I ordered this last Friday. It is Thursday now, so it was 6 days delivered from Alabama over here. And like I said in my other video, it was $1,000 and maybe a few more dollars than that. Everything, delivery and everything. And it looks to me like to make it act like that right there. Let's see what it was. This here ain't no piece of, this ain't no toy right here. It ain't gonna work like that because that's pointed, it needs to be like that. So I don't know. I'm not much of a puzzle guy, but I know that's pointed in the wrong direction there. It should be pointed like the, it should be pointed, oh, I know, it's got to be this way.
Yeah.
The teeth have got to be, oh, this here is no, there's no toy. This thing here is heavy. Like I said, this thing is made, like I said in my video announcing the buying of this. This is made in the UK. This company makes several other attachments. Yeah, that looks right. Mm-hmm. That looks very similar to the way looks like it wants to fall. Don't let it fall on you. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that I can what goes there? Is that what goes in there? Is that what?
Yeah.
These guys here go in here. All right, we'll get back to you.
Okay.
All right, I do not know how I got this thing lined up. I honestly don't know. Nor can I remember where this washer goes. This side or that side?
It was on.
What do you think? It was here? Like this?
Yes.
And this was like this?
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't go tight. It stays loose. I see it now. If you get it tight, okay, like I said, I didn't know how I got this lined up, but I put it in the slot, I rolled it forward, and then when I came over here, this hole down here was lined up. Either it was a extremely amazing accident, or it's easier than I thought to hook this thing up. And anyway, it's on there. Let me pick it up now and see what it looks like. tighten this up right here. Okay, so I tightened this back up here. Alright, I think we have enough daylight left to go back there and try to rip a stump out. This has got a replaceable tooth. If you look at my other video from a couple of days ago, we used this 18-inch bucket to rip a stump. And now we're going to compare the Rhinox with it. So we will hopefully meet you back there in the woods at the nearest stump that needs ripping.
Okay.
All right, it is, what time did you say it was?
20 to 6.
All right, we're getting pretty late in the afternoon, and the place where we're going to rip that stump at is almost a half a mile from here down in the woods. So what we're going to do is we are going to let it go right now and say that this will be continued with the third installment of the comparison between an 18-inch bucket and the Rhinox Ripper tooth. And I can't believe how easy it was, honestly, to get that on there. It looked, I don't know if I just had beginner's luck or if it's always going to be that easy. So you just basically let your, this is the, what you have to line up, this right here, which would be this part right here. Basically you put that in there, and then this right here lines up with this other circle. Okay, I see it now. I see it why it was so easy. Once you get this in there and this in there, those 2 points are constant. And this is automatically going to line up here, see? And these right here, so this right here, this pin right here goes right here. And then when you push it down, this rests in here. When you get these 2 points, this automatically lines up right here. You don't have to worry about lining this up. These rest in there. And if this was not exactly square to the, it would straighten itself out, see, as you put it in there. Okay, that's a pretty good system. I think I see how it works now. All right, we're going to end this video. Had a long day, done a lot of stuff. Oh, I did grease the excavator. I will tell you this, though. We sent the machine down to the Kubota dealer to have a hydraulic line replaced because it was very difficult to get to. And I asked them to do a full service on it, filters and everything, and to grease the machine, do the hydraulic oil and the hydraulic filter. But I just did a full grease job on this myself, and I would say that at least half of the grease fittings on this machine did not get greased when it was at the Kubota dealer. So whoever they put on the job was incompetent or not competent for this. particular thing and just rushed through it and said, okay, it's done. I don't think that's, I think that's, you're going to find that to be normal. So I think the lesson from that is you need to check behind the people, even the dealers, because they just hire people to do this. You know, people that don't necessarily know how to do stuff or don't give a crap or whatever. And let's see, I don't know that I've checked the oil or not to make sure that they actually got the oil straightened out. Here it is down here. Let's see what's going on with the oil. The oil is pretty clean. It is not nasty at all. And the oil is the 2 points are here and here. Here's full right here. Let's see, now that I see where full is, let's do it one more time. Of course, the oil's probably still running back down in there. The oil is a tiny bit over full, but I believe when it sits here a while, that it will run down the tube. It's not full enough that I'm worried that it's over full. And this right here, this is scars from Hurricane Helene. We were in such tight places trying to get the trees out of our driveway that I turned and bumped a tree. And I damaged this and I bent this. But neither one of those things have any okay. And I just beat this out a little bit by hand myself, bent it, and it's good enough to my satisfaction. All right, looking forward to taking you all back there to the woods in the morning, and we're going to give a good thorough test of this Rhinox ripper tooth. Was it worth $1,000? I've already got work lined up for it, so I'm guessing it's definitely going to be worth $1,000. I would guess that I'll be able to get a stump out twice as fast with this as opposed to that 18-inch bucket. I was going to tell you how wide that thing was. Okay, this right here is 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches of solid steel. I'm not sure what kind of steel it is, but the makers of this thing were bragging on it pretty good. It does have a replaceable tooth. The welds look really good, really strong, completely done. I believe we're going to like this. Here's a good place to see the wells right here. I don't think that's going to come undone. But you can see why this is going to, see with a stump, there's roots running out. That's what holds the stump in the ground. And that 1.5 inches is going to cut through that root that's going out way easier than a bucket that big that's going to catch it in a bunch of different places, and it's not going to be near as easy. Another thing that this will do, once you get your stump out and get it turned over with the roots sticking up, there's still a lot of dirt attached. And this right here, you can dig down into that dirt on top of that and get the dirt off of the stump, off of the upturned root, and leave the dirt in the hole. All right, that's it right there. I guess I've beat this thing into the ground, or ripped it into the ground. We'll see you tomorrow.